Alright, we are jumping into game number 1. ACCM versus Sitaux. This is Bull. And oh! We're starting with a bang over here. From the get-go, both players will now loosen their scouts. Yeah, we have the Spearman over here from Sitaux. So I imagine ACCM managed to get a better trade over there. And then Sitaux ended up finishing ACCM's own scout as well. Let's just fix this really quickly. And let's add the flags as well. There we go. Does that just count the YouTube app? Like, I literally never use that, but watch plenty on YouTube on the browser. No, it was not stats coming directly from YouTube. It was a very large stream, actually YouTuber, sorry, who made a poll. I was following this YouTuber, and I saw 140,000 plus answers. And the options were, or the poll question was, where do you watch YouTube? And the options were on your phone, on the TV, on the computer. And I think it was like 84, 85%, something ridiculous like that. Actually, no. It was like 81%, I think, on your phone, then like 15% on your computer, and then whatever's left on the TV. Like, what is that? 6%, I think. 4%. So I was kind of hesitant at first, then I saw that it was 140 plus answers, and I was like, oh, okay, that's gotta be generally the case. I do have the app, and I also watch mostly on my phone as well. In the morning, before getting out of bed a little bit, and then when going to sleep at night. Fortunately, it doesn't really inhibit my sleep, so I'm lucky in that sense. I guess? Not really sure, actually. That's not really too helpful. Exactly how helpful will depend on the kind of stream he does. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to wildly vary from YouTuber to YouTuber. This is just entertainment. It's not instructional content. It's just random crap. And I guess if you're just watching, or you're mainly watching somebody for cooking recipes, you're probably going to watch on, I don't know, maybe your computer, laptop, tablet, something like that on the kitchen. What does Vietnamese give you here? Well, you will save on resources when going for your upgrades, I guess. And then you'll have your stronger archer units, and that's going to be fantastic, of course. If you take a look at the skirmishers over here, Sitau's going to have extra HP. The archers, the skirmishers, he'll pay the same resources, but he'll save on wood. Meanwhile, ACCM playing with Byzantines is going to, yeah, it's going to pay 25% less only for skirmishers. But yeah, with 20% extra HP, I'm liking Sitau's units better. So far, he's just gone around all through the bull's head. Yes. There we go. And he's closing this, making it impossible for ACCM to get there. And then if you can take the villager up to the north and prevent the walls from coming up over here, for which ACCM's already gone for a preemptive tower. It's very interesting, and I don't remember the players having gone for something like this during the qualifiers. So is ACCM spilling the beans already? It seems like that might be the case. Both players are going up to the castle age already. It could vary a lot depending on the demographics. I guess so, but I don't know. People who don't watch on their phone, I guess it's either people who don't know how to use their phone, who can't use their phone, or who prefer not to use their phone for content consumption, which I guess is probably just going to be the, I don't know, the older population, I would guess. But I have no idea. I will have to check to see if I can find some content agnostic stats. But I really don't think it's going to change much at all. Because this guy is making the kind of videos that I would guess most people at some point watch on YouTube, which is just entertainment. For instance, you can actually block ads on your computer. Yeah, you can. I used the app and I had to skip the ads. Let's see. Very nice. Sitau's already getting a man allowed to try and battle the tower down. Not only to try and battle the tower down, but he can also target villagers. Clean up the wood line. Potentially get the walls up over here, of course, and try and prevent ACCM from coming out. Gotta be careful. The mountains losing a lot of HP. He gets their jaws in time. There we go. We'll give you a tower control over here as well for ACCM. Although it doesn't seem like he's targeting the villager, but he gets the conversion though. Meanwhile, it's putting pressure up in the north as well. And the TC came up actually for Sitaux, but not for ACCM up in the north. We saw both players go for it. And it seemed as if ACCM's TC was going to come up faster. And he would end up denying Sitaux, but Sitaux ends up showing up over there with some knights, pushing ACCM away, and now the game has kind of stabilized. Sitaux looking a little bit better for economy because of the second TC, but he is behind in military count. What's the situation up in the north? Yeah, there is no extra siege coming out from Sitaux at all, so ACCM will be able to keep on collecting from the wood just fine. How much gold does ACCM have to work with? That is a great question. He's got a decent amount over here still. It's going to be in early imp, I guess, that he's actually going to run out. Right now he's got 3,400 or so. And then, yeah, defensive siege workshops coming up for Sitaux over here as well. Yeah, plenty for the time being. Alright, I found some stats over here. For anybody who might actually be curious. We'll wait to see the archer range gets converted first though. This will be huge. Sitaux will be able to come in. That's also a lot of resources down the drain. He's going after the barracks as well, and he's getting the archer range. Barracks? Oh no, he was converted the archer range with both monks. But he gets it right now. Good defensive shots over here from Sitaux. Risks losing the man over there to the monks, but in the end he manages to bail on time. Interesting, ACCM is just going to keep the archer range up here. They'll take the house down and come in. looking very good for ACCM so far. Sitau's been unable to prevent ACCM from cut through on the left hand side. Now ACCM's got a second TC over here, and he'll get access to extra gold. He still has the foundations up in the north as well, so he could potentially go for it. So full monk over here, full monk. A tower defense from ACCM. And then Smush. It feels to me like ACCM might be spilling the beans over here a little bit. And I'm hoping he'll have a few aces up his sleeve still for the main event, of course. But there's some good attack rounds. Getting a lot of units over here. 5 units down, 2 monks, 2 villagers, a skirmisher. And he ends up losing the Magnol, but doesn't matter. He's still getting plenty of extra vills over here. Yeah, and Sitaux is certainly crumbling a little bit. Interestingly enough, the villager count is about the same for both players, but obviously this momentum from ACCM and the military lead is incredible. Alright, there we go. So 21.2% of global traffic on YouTube in 2021 came from mobile devices. I would assume, given the trend of things, that it is more than what it was in 2020 and probably less than what it's going to be on 2022. 21.2% of the global traffic on YouTube in 2021 came from mobile devices. However, more than 70% of YouTube watch time is generated from mobile devices. So yeah, people don't, the visits to YouTube, they do not occur quite as much on mobile phones, but actually mobile devices. I'm not really sure that's phones only. I'm going to take a look at that in a moment. But 70% of the watch time occurs on mobile devices. I'm pretty curious now, is that tablets also, laptops also? This doesn't really specify. Let me check. Yeah, there isn't a breakdown, unfortunately. I would imagine it also covers tablets. Oh, okay. In December 2021, 72% of respondents aged 18 to 34 years used their smartphones to watch online video content weekly. Okay. Yeah, well, that is not too useful either. You can watch 1 video per week on your phone and 2,000 on your computer, you would still say that you use your phone weekly. Yeah, these stars are not too useful. Anyway, we have a TC war up in the north, and now ACCM's got a Magnol over here, so ACCM's been dominating this game. Sitau's going up to the Imperial Age, but under this pressure, it really feels like he's sacrificing on the potential for defending himself, and ACCM might be able to take this game, honestly. This cast is going to prevent, though, from ACCM to do any more pushing over here from the south, but he still has some units up in the north. He's denying some resources. He still has a Magnol up in the north as well, so he might end up taking the TC down as well. He's got monks. He's looking great. Imp into GG, it kind of seems like that's going to be the case. There we go, Imperial Age is here. And the TC goes down up in the north as we have only 1 tower left to defend Sitau's villagers. Yeah, you would expect these to go down, but because we only have monks over here, he's going to end up landing 3 conversions, and then yeah, he might actually be able to get the Magnol's down, right? Not quite. ACCM's garrisoning the TC to get the villagers down. Actually, he's getting away with it. Oh boy, Sitau's crumbling big time. Going down to 68 villagers compared to 112 from ACCM. And even though he's got the castle over here and the trebuchet queued up, actually, that's going to be the second trebuchet coming out for him. Might be able to get the castle down, but he's already lost the TC. He's already lost the TC. And ACCM's got the siege left over here to go and siege this TC down as well. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even need the TC, or actually the siege from up north. He can just use what he's got left. Then if he comes in with the skirmishers, should be able to get some good damage here. It's looking great. Now ACCM is going out to the Imperial Age, so if he was not in a good position before, he was. Now he's going to be in a great spot. Yes, he takes the DC down. He's trying to go after the tower. Not really paying attention over here too much though, so the tower will end up cleaning up the mana. But he could send some of these skirmishers over. And I don't think ACCM, actually Sitaux will be able to defend himself too much, right? He doesn't really have, means to protect these villagers. Bratton Archers coming out. The population's looking pretty out of hand already for Sitaux. 70 versus 166. ACCM seems like he shouldn't have taken game number 1 for sure. It's probably just going to take a little bit longer until he gets to the Imperial Age, and then we'll probably see bombard cannons, I would imagine, given that he's not going for a castle at all and he's got only 3 stone miners. Beautiful. Village is here now for ACCM. What is, Sitaux going to do? What was his next move going to be? And it's going to be calling the GG. As ACCM takes game number 1. Let's go through the achievements before waiting for game number 2. This was not a short game for sure, but it was an incredible performance for ACCM. The one thing that I do like about this show match, or well, one of the things that I like about this show match, is that it's going to give these players extra experience, which I think they are going to need, as they have not been quite as experienced on RedBull before, I believe. And yeah, it's going to be a better than 3-2 kill ratio for ACCM. An extra money too, that counts? Yeah. That's certainly going to be a good incentive. We have close to 6,000 extra resources. More like 5,900 extra resources. Higher worker count as well for ACCM by quite a lot. And it was not the case the entire time. Actually, Sitaux was ahead by quite a lot in earlier stages. But ACCM's push was incredible. And the tower defense was... It seemed kind of potentially risky, right? Going for a preempted tower like that. But I guess he had spotted already Sitaux going into the bull. So getting the tower up over here actually allowed him to chop out. Go and secure extra resources as well. And notice that he didn't need too much. He had access to only 2 additional gold piles over here. But they were so abundant that they allowed them to sustain his push all the way to the Imperial Age. Well done. There we go, guys. Welcome everyone to the second game of the series. Sitau's playing with Ethiopians. ACCM is playing with Britons. This is Acclivity. Do not have Tatars or anything like that. So, what to expect for these civilizations? Well, Sitau's going to begin with 200 extra resources already, which is great. And ACCM doesn't really have anything in the Fuel Age that's going to be too special with Britons. He does still have, of course, 25% faster working herdables. Actually, not herdables, shepherds rather. But that's about it. Yeah. It's only in the castle age that the archers are going to be stronger, and he'll get a discount on TC. So in the field age, this could be really good for Sitaux, actually. He's got the second archer range coming up, and the ACCM. Yeah, he doesn't have a single... Oh, he does have one archer range up in the north. But no extra archer range is coming up at all. I'm okay, just lots of work at the moment. Shame I can't watch Viper/Tato. Oh, it's no problem. 7 of 12. The series is going to be split into its own video after the stream is over. Probably 30 minutes after the stream is over or so. And yeah, afterwards you're going to see the video go up on YouTube as well. My YouTube channel is active now for a change. Nice pick over here from Sitaux. And they're getting the villager down. We'll see another villager going down, and that is huge. 2 villagers going down already. To a 2 archer push and 1 scout. Why no archers? I see now. Well, from Sitaux, yeah, he was going for archers. He just didn't have these forward. And the ACCM, he does have 2 archers over here, and he's been going, you know, for archers from a single archer range. So you would expect Sitaux to have more units. And he indeed does have more archers right now, but not more units actually. 6 military for both ACCM and Sitaux does not seem too good for Sitaux, considering that he's on double the production. I think, right? I don't think there's a second archer range still. Well, to be fair, Britons, they do produce the units 20% faster, but that's about it. It shouldn't compensate for being behind in archer range count, and Sitaux should be able to get more units out. More units out for the same price, and that attack faster as well. So if he plays his cards right and micros his units properly, he should be able to get better engagements for sure. Blind Nova is better than Record Nova? Yeah, that is true. I'm also preferring to have Nova alive. Regardless though, market's coming up and Sitaux will go out to the castle age in a moment. The ACC is not too far off himself. I don't know if he's got a market. Market? No? No market? No market. Wow! And anonymous!
Keep going, Nova Star.
Ah, that is not anonymous. I know who you are. You are 12 of 7. And thank you so much for the tips. Very much appreciated. Taking the audio setup goal closer and closer as well. 178 out of 500. The great thing is by the time I get 250, that's already going to be enough for the audio interface. It is not 250 itself, but getting it to Argentina, import fees and stuff, it's going to be 250. Feels bad, man. Is CN's floating quite a lot of gold? Yeah, he could definitely use a market, and he's going actually for a second archer range. No market though for... yeah, for him, and Sitau's going after the castle age. So much sooner because of it. The ACCM would be already on his way up if he had gone for the market instead. But yeah, now Sitau's gonna have a significant head start to it. Very important for Sitaux to put a lot of pressure and get some good damage done fairly early in the castle age, otherwise the ACCM's extra range is going to come in clutch. If you take a look at the military count, it's higher for ACCM, so Sitau's got to take advantage of crossbowmen and blocking arrow to get better engagements and get a lead. So 12.70 plus 7.12, that's going to be 1982. That is almost 20 bucks right there.
Yay.
That is a lot. Thank you so much for your support, 7 to 12. Once again.
Ready.
So there's not really going for too many archers. What is the plan over here? At siege? Against Britons? That doesn't seem right. Going for crossbows. But he's got skirmishers. He's got only 6 archers, and he's not really being utilized in the archer ranges. There we go. So we see Elite Skirmisher, Crossbowman, and Balkanaro coming up from Sitaux right away. But still not too many units though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of letting go on the potential for damage over here a little bit. Can he break through? We'll see. ACCM is bailing. He does not losing one villager though. If he's not going to go for too many units, at the very least I would like to see ballistics, and he does have a university on the way. He kind of needs that anyway from the get-go, and ACCM is likely to go for a university once he gets to the castle age pretty early on as well, because that's the way it goes when you have two archer civilizations. But this is a lot of damage already ACCM's lost. So far 5 villagers to Sitau's units. Yeah, and you know what? The university is already up, so we should have ballistics come up in a moment. I like Sitaux to go for siege from the hill in the middle. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good for sure. He will be able to take on the tower over here from the hill as well, faster. Now he's getting ballistics. Meanwhile, ACCM gets the castle age, and he's got the crossbow upgrade, Buck and arrow coming in. And no university, even though he's got the resources, going for a siege workshop instead to defend himself. Well, yeah, against Ethiopians, that seems a lot more reasonable. Sitaux, if he wanted to go for siege over here, I'm not really sure what I would like him to go for, honestly, because if he goes for mountains against Britons, that's gonna be rough. Especially with defensive siege over here for ACCM. Rams, could be. It doesn't seem like ACCM would go for any cavalry, but then Magnus would counter Rams as well. So yeah, I would like Sitaux to add to this push with something else, but I just don't know if siege is going to be the answer. He's going for the siege workshop though, so we'll see. I guess he can potentially go for Magnus and try to target buildings. Just keep the archers busy from ACCM. Yeah, Mana will be good against skirmishers for sure. So maybe if Sitaux goes for a lot of skirmishers... So he's going for skirmishers right now, right? He's got 2 archer ranges. If he just goes for full skirmisher production and forces ACCM into skirmishers himself as well, then the Magnus can definitely do the work. And then we'll see a transition to cavalry for one of these players for sure. Against skirmishers and Magnus, and that's gonna be fun. Beautiful shot. And so far, Sitau's looking so much better in game number 2. It seems like these players will just be trading blows. No ballistics still for ACCM though. Otherwise, it would have been able to get some villagers over here. Oh, nice villagers from behind over here that Sitaux was able to take from ACCM. KV is looking great for the Frenchman so far. Even if he has to idle a bunch of his economy, he can just go back over here. The villagers are not dead, that's what I'm trying to say. ACCM, on the other hand, is already behind by 8 villagers. 8 villagers that he cannot really replenish right now. At the very least, shouldn't be able to catch up for. The only way for him to catch up in working count over here would be to get the same amount of villagers down from Sitaux. Yeah, and try to lower his idle TC time. Or not try to lower his idle TC time. He cannot do that, but try to prevent his TC idle time from going any higher than this.
Ow. Mandatum?
Yeah, and it seems like ACCM's push is kind of dwindling a little bit. Meanwhile, Sitaux, he's going after the lumberjacks again. He's got ballistics, and that's another villager going down. Yes, sir. Yeah, and pretty good defense. Should not have taken the mantle down in the skirmishes as well. Meanwhile, he's got extra units coming forward. Definitely would have liked for him to try and split this army up though and put some pressure on the gold as well, especially since he knew about it. He knows about it already. You know, he's got 2 groups of units over here. If he could just park the archers underneath the tower over here, that'd be great. And then he could send the skirmishers around the goal, and he can leave the mantle over here in case we have ACCM try to defend the archers, against the archers, sorry, on the tower. It's kind of rough though. If he tries to go underneath the tower over here, we could see a Mangle pop out from ACCM and just destroy everything. So yeah, Sitau's gonna be more careful and not go for the same reckless move that I've been thinking about. And so Toronto prefers Sitaux, but also Britons. No clue what to root for. And I guess you're not going to be alone over here. Sitau's looking great though. The lead that he's managed to mass so far has been fantastic. And by the way, ACCM just went for the Mountain and he brought it back. So that allows Sitaux to keep on doing more damage over here, collecting villagers. He ends up taking 2 additional villagers. The eco KD is so much higher for Sitaux. He's been able to collect 21 villagers so far.
Ready.
Roots for a full set? Yeah, that's good. There you are. There we go. This is what I wanted to see from Sitaux for a while already. Just try to split these units up and put more pressure. So he ends up pushing villagers away from the right hand side woodline, and he forces villagers into the left hand side woodline, and he's got an archer coming out over here. If he can go for a few more units, this could be deadly. If he denies wood for ACCM, well, I mean, it kind of looks like it's game over already, but no wood means no military units for Sitaux. And that is a huge mango shot! He does end up getting cleaned up over here, but not without taking damage, or actually not without dealing damage first. He does end up taking 6 villagers over there, additional villagers, and that's going to be 31 to 5 eco KD. Remarkable, better than 6 to 1 currently for Sitaux. And he'll be on his way to the Castle Age as well. Actually, to the Imperial Age, sorry. In a moment. Well, let's see him. Not even close. Not even close, not even far, honestly. He's not even a mile away from going up to the Imperial Age whatsoever. Yeah, I would imagine this is going to be over as soon as Sitaux gets to the Imperial Age. ACCM is most likely going to call it. Once Sitaux gets Bracer, the extra range from ACCM is not going to be useful. Yeah. There we go.
Ready. Mandatum?
Yes. This time around, though, the player going out to the Imperial Age is not GG himself.
Yay.
An ACCM, will he call it? I think he's going to call it as soon as Sitaux gets to the Imperial Age, and we'll be off to game number 3 in a moment, most likely. Let's see. Yes. The GG's call here, and the series gets equalized. So this guarantees, at the very least, a 5-game series. We'll still have 3 more to go for, at the very least. And up to 7 games, of course. And for achievements, we see a very close to 5 to 4 KD ratio for Sitaux. However, the amount of villagers he got was amazing. So that's a very nice KD ratio. Very efficient KD ratio as well. Collecting so many villagers. You can take a look at ACCM's villager count over here, dwindling through time. resources. 7,000 extra resources for Sitaux. Actually, a little bit higher than that. Well played! There we go. Welcome, you guys. We're catching up. Too fast. There we go.
نعم مستعدة.
Nice villager pick. So that's going to be actually the first kill over here. We got it just in time. And that's another villager going down, most likely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's another villager going down. From Sitaux to ACCM scouts, and Sitaux is unable to do anything just yet. So he starts to fall behind in worker count. And I wonder if anyone's going to try and go for the center, given just how heavily they've been going into military units early on. It's probably unlikely that we'll see many fishing ships come up at the center. Great. So now you can try again for viewers, I guess. Hopefully it's going to work this time around. Yeah, there you are. There are fewer viewers right now watching this series because I assume a lot of people have made the switch to the Viper vs. Sitaux, which we will cast using recorded games after the series is over, of course. Hey Dan, hi. Welcome back, hope you're doing alright.
Bye.
There we go. A lot of the pressure from ACCM. So far, he's gotten some good damage done. Plus, he manages to get the walls up already back home, so he's gonna be fine. And it's very unlikely still will be able to achieve too much. And ACCM, well, he's getting close. How's you? Husband hot as always. You know it. Yeah, very much looking forward to so many things. The freaking YouTube shorts and Instagram and TikTok videos are really giving me a hard time though. Yeah, I need to figure out a better workflow for that. I'm still unable to polish the first YouTube short. I want to have it out today, but it's not. I didn't manage to make the thumbnail. I put a lot of work into it, so I just wanted to make sure that it came out, you know, well prepared. The proper thumbnail and on a custom playlist, that kind of stuff. There you go. Beautiful. Castle is on the way for ACCM. Meanwhile, Sitaux has already got into the Castle H. He is behind by 7 villagers. By the time ACCM gets to the Castle H, he'll still be ahead by 2 villagers unless Sitaux manages to get an extra TC out. And gets a few extra villagers up. Hey! Serums! Thank you so much for the raid. It's very much appreciated. Girl, I hope you had a great stream. And welcome you guys. We're watching ACCM vs. Sitaux's Best of 7 series. It's a show match. You can get more information about this by doing !showmatch. This is hosted by Fenrir05 or Fenrir5 as you prefer, he says. And so far it's 1-1. So we have a 5-game series guaranteed, and depending on how the next 2 games go, including this one of course, it could be a 6-game series guaranteed. Good luck with your stream. Thank you, Jade. Appreciate it. What is that monastery there? Why not? Just gonna go and start collecting some of the relics. There's a center one over here in the middle of the lake. So yeah, what were you up to? Casting some games, watching some games? playing some games. I'm gonna change my name, Fenrir. Hi-Fi next.
Amron.
I'll let everyone know.
أهلا.
Anyway, that's already one relic in for Sitaux, and he gets a second TC up, so he'll be able to start catching up in villager count and eventually surpassing ACCM, while ACCM does get to the castle age, and does not really have the resources to go for a second TC himself, so we see full military production, and he did add a second stable, so he had 2 stable night production, plus 10 crosses over here, which are going to take care of any potential spear line units. Let's play some 1v1s, sounds good? Hope you had a good time. Are you still in Germany, by the way? I think you were in Germany, right? Ah, yeah, thank you. It's very much appreciated. Origins on the way now for ACCM as well. In this position, if ACCM keeps on going for more military units, it's going to overwhelm Sitaux, who's not really been going for too many military units himself. He's got 3 monks, which are great. And it will be fantastic against knights. However, he'll have to be very careful, right? Because of the crossbow presence over here. And then he's got 7 knights. And 7 knights is a good amount of units, but ACCM should be able to easily surpass that army count of knights. As he's already gone for the 8. He's got 2 more queued up. That's going to be 10. Easy. And Sitau's going for a few extra units over here. And that's very interesting to see Sitaux go for double stable production whilst going for 2 DCs, and you can see he cannot keep up with producing knights and village at the same time. I do not really like this though. I do not really like the halfway kind of commitment over here. If Sitaux really wanted to go for military, then he probably would want to stay. And I do understand the second DC because it's going to protect the goal, but then he would have just used it for defensive purposes, just to defend the villages and the goal, and then he would have gone for full knight production instead. He's been going for more villagers, and only now he's going for extra military. Meanwhile, ACCM, it's kind of on the same boat as well, though. He's got 2 TCs, and he's going for military and villager production. Although he did go up to the castle age later with a stronger economy, so he was able to afford a few extra military units over here before having to make a compromise. Still here. Sounds good. Hopefully you're not having any issues with your ISP. I remember like 2 years ago or so, the Viper used to complain so much about his connection in Germany. And I don't remember Neely complaining too much himself though, so I don't know if it was probably just the Viper. Huh. Anyway, we have 2 mountains over here from Sitaux, and he's going to end up losing these right away as the crosses are coming in. They are taking on the monks. And not a single conversion, I think, for the blue player. However, those crosses are going down right away. And you know what? The monks have gone down, the mountains have gone down, but still Sitaux ends up pushing ACCM away. He's got a higher military count over here, a much higher HP pool as well, and ACCM goes back. As the spy taking everything down over there, he ends up taking a worse rate. Yeah, the micro was not too good. He ended up getting completely cleaned up for the crossbows. And that was some good targeting from Sitaux as well. If he had just stuck fighting the knights from ACCM, ACCM would have had all the crosses live after taking the mountains down and the monks down, and he would have taken a much better trade. But Sitaux ignored the knights as he realized the monks and the mountains were gone already, right? So he went after the range units right away. 1 conversion. Yeah. Husbandry is coming in now for Sitaux as well. Well, that'll be good. We don't have husbandry for ACCM. That'll make it a little bit easier for Sitaux to chase the units. Potentially take them down as well. There's better upgrades for Sitaux. Yeah. Still lacking +2/+2 for ACCM. That is really rough. He wouldn't have been able to take a good trade without it. Well, he wasn't. There we go. The numbers though, the defender's advantage over here is coming in clutch for ACCM. Despite lacking on +2/+2, doesn't end up pushing the Knights away from Sitaux. But yeah, he cannot really sustain this push though, unless he gets the upgrades that he needs. Ideally, he wants to get Iron Casting as well, but +2/+2 is absolutely instrumental, especially if he ends up getting a better trade against Sitaux and then he's got enough units to go forward and raid with. +2/+2 is going to be better than Iron Casting because it's going to also provide you defense against DC fire. There is a third DC for ACCM though, and he's going to start pulling ahead in villager count very slowly. While Sitaux on the other hand, he's significantly ahead in military count. He's coming in, he's got siege. We have some camels over here. Yeah. No crosses anymore, so the camels are coming in. And this will make it very, very difficult for ACCM to react. Conversion, he lands one. And boy, I don't know how I feel about this for ACCM. He's so close from coming in, but the clutch market coming out from Sitaux just in time. Keeps him safe against the Knights. And good thing, man, because he did not have any military units over here to defend himself with. He had like what? However many camels were coming out of his stables currently. And that was about it. So he was going to end up taking a lot of damage if the Knights came in, but this is the reason these guys are pro players, right? That was just such a clutch market. And he's getting the walls up over here, no problem at all. Another market over here, seems like he's going to finish building this one. That's going to be the third market for him. Fourth market actually. And if he goes for this one as well, that's going to be 5 markets. You know, it's quite pricey and kind of redundant, but it's what he needed. Beautiful, he comes in already. And take a look at this. He goes on his way to the Imperial Age. He's got over twice the military count compared to ACCM. And he's managed to breach in, so he's coming up. And ACCM does not have the quick walls coming up around the woodlands or the farms. Just a few pikes over here. He does have a scary amount of pike production, but currently the pike count is not going to be high enough for him to defend against this. As still has more units. And pound to pound still going to be better for Sitau's units, of course. Although I guess technically the spearmen are lighter units. You get what I mean, right? Pop space for pop space. It's going to be better for the cavalry units. Another imp GG, by the looks of it, yeah. CN's economy over here is, yeah, actually going to prompt him to call a GG right away without waiting for Imperial Age. So it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Sitaux now. After struggling game number 1 in ACCM, well, ACCM's not been able to make it work so far. Let's take a look at the achievements really quickly. Pretty good for Sitaux. It's a close to 5-to-2 KD ratio. For the economy, on the other hand, is, yeah, about 2,000 extra resources for Sitaux as well. And he did have a higher worker count towards the end, but not through the game. Not throughout the game, so this was just a more efficient economy, I guess. Let me take a look at the eco upgrades. Ah, yeah, he had wheelbarrow. That makes sense. All right, let's go back. Welcome everyone then to game, yeah, number 4 in the series. What? In the standings from ACCM. Is he just playing with Berbers? Okay. This is a 3D chess over here. I was kind of expecting to see Cumans, and Berbers could have been a choice against Cumans because you do want to get your castle out to potentially go for Camel Archers. They are going to counter also Kipchak, so it's also an option. I thought he might want to save it for a different map, but it's also usable over here. But if ACCM expect the Sitaux to go for Berbers because Berbers will be potentially countering Kumans on this map, and then he decides to go for Hindustanis instead, this could be really good actually. I think I'm liking the Hindustanis over here quite a bit better. Alright, well, we'll see. Fletching's coming in now for Sitaux. Yeah, and he started to put pressure. He's coming in for from the left-hand side already with archer ranges. Or with archers, rather. From the archer range. Meanwhile, Sitaux instead, he's got his own archer range over here, but he's just going for defensive archers. Interesting. Alright, so this is a very... You know, I would say unexpected matchup, considering the civilizations we had left, probably. So I'm just going to enable predictions for game number 4. You guys will be able to utilize your channel points for the next 5 minutes to predict who you think is going to win. Option 1 will be Sitaux, and option 2 will be ACCM, so that we respect the colors in the game. Alright, go nuts. You have 5 minutes to get your predictions going. So far, we see a village go down already from Sitaux, so the defensive archers over here should be able to clean up ACCM's units, but ACCM was already able to do a little bit of damage over there. Well, players on their way to the castle age as well. Yeah, I feel maybe 5 minutes was a little bit too much. But anyway. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, ACCM gets pushed back, and Sitaux is gonna be the first player to get to the castle age. There we go. Nice. Over the left-hand side, the cross is already over here for Sitaux, and ACCM's getting the upgrade himself. Just had to wait a little bit more, so he does end up losing a villager over there. Let's go on to equalize the KD 1-1 right now for both players. And while the second TC is coming up for ACCM and it's all good and dandy, Sitau's going for 2 additional TCs, so if both players are able to keep their TCs running, Sitaux should be able to get significantly ahead. Yeah, he's still going for the archers as well. He's got a janitor! Where is it? Is that a misclick actually? To that net's down. Well, I'm not really sure what kind of information you would like to get from AO2.net, but I believe you should be able to get everything you need from the dashboard if it's working now. So that's going to get us going until AO2.net comes back, I guess. Oh, I was looking to see if friends playing. Right. He's not 2K plus, right? Rip. You can use AO2.fun. That also works. Nice picks over here. 3 villagers going down from ACCM. He's already lost 5 villagers. And with his archers forward, he wasn't able to get a single extra villager. So far, Sitau's looking stronger. He's got 2 additional villagers. He's got 4 additional military units. And ACCM is only now going to be able to get the 3rd TC up. And that's assuming that he gets a decent trade over here. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to be good. Here we are. OSN never works for me for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure why. For me, it can be kind of slow and sluggish, but it does work. It certainly helps you in a pinch. Well, helps me, probably not you. Anyway, only about 30 seconds or so left for you to get your predictions in. Option 1, Sitaux. Option 2, ACCM. Who you think is going to win game number 4? So far, Sitau's looking a little bit stronger, but the ACCM's got cheaper villages within the Stannis. And it's got, in my opinion, a stronger civilization for later stages. Although, to be fair though, you know, they have lost halberdiers, so now both these civilizations will have only pikemen. So there is that, I guess. And that's a lot of points coming in for ACCM. Beautiful. This should be going in favor of Sitaux for sure with the Janitors, right? Right? Janitors are an actually useful unit, right? Yeah, if it weren't because of the camel over here, the crosses would not getting just completely wiped up. It's getting pushed back right now. Yeah, these crosses are going down for sure between the Janitors and the upcoming crossbows as well. Should be able to take these. He's got ballistics as well, while ACCM doesn't. Oh, but that is not good micro though. I think Sitaux would have been able to clean this up. Yeah, with proper micro with the Janitors and the crossbow. Should have just built it as well. Yeah, this was very close. 97.58%. Probably didn't realize just how close to completion it was. So he probably just took the villages and ran away and didn't click on the foundation. Anyway, we do have an extra archer range coming out for Sitaux, as well as an extra stable over here. And he does pay 15% less for stable units. However, ACCM has been saving big on villagers, actually. He's got the 40C coming up right now, and the Hindustan is in the castle HRA. That's going to be a 20% villager. It's going to be a 20% discount on villager production, so he'll end up paying just 40 food. See? Stable's coming in now for Sitaux. That's gonna be an additional one. This is the 3rd one, I think, right? Just the 2nd one, actually. ACCM on the other hand doesn't really have too many military buildings himself, I guess. Although he does have 2 stables over here. Is that 3 stables total for him? No, just 2 stables as well. It's about the same. He is starting to pull ahead though in military and the work account. Also, we see a 50C on the way for ACCM. So he had Kumas available. He decided to go in for Hindustanis, and he's making it work pretty well so far. Sitaux on the other hand is collecting some stone to try and get a castle up sometime soon. However, ACCM's got him beat on that regard as well, he's got the same amount of stone workers. Actually, never mind. Sitau's going for a stone a little bit more heavily right now. But ACCM is significantly closer to having enough to go for the castle. Nice. There we go. That's ACCM. Manages to somewhat stabilize over here. He's gonna have a Magneto coming out, and Sitau's gotta be careful over there. ACCM will take the shot, and oh, that was a good one. If he predicts correctly over here, could end up cleaning up the units. He's not going to predict correctly, but let's see. One more shot. Yes, sir. All the archers down. We have janitors then left for Mr. Sitaux, which will obviously not do anything against camels. Plus, we have the one knight over here from Sitaux, not going to do anything against the camels, and ACCM's going to end up pushing Sitaux away. Plus, he's got the castle on the way already, and Sitaux, he's got almost enough to go for the castle himself. Where is he going to lay it, though? Was he sending villagers forward? He was not sending villagers forward, so he won't be going for a forward castle at all. Here we are. Beautiful. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade for Sitaux over here. He's got significantly more units, and now that's going to give him enough control to get a castle up. ACCM, he did get ahead in working on quite a bit, and he's kind of going down in villager production a little bit right now. He's not producing quite as heavily, and he's got to start focusing on military units, so he will. Now he start pulling ahead even further in the military count compared to Sitaux. Camels go down over there for the bull player, and we see the camels still left over here for ACCM. He's going right after the crossbows, but Sitau's castle doesn't end up pushing the camels away. What do we get over here then in this situation? ACCM will be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon. However, Sitau's captain beat to that. He's actually clicked up to the Imperial Age about a minute ago, and yeah, that's going to give him a head start to cherry ship production. However, ACCM will have enough stone to go for a second castle very soon, which will allow him to outproduce once he gets to the Imperial Age. But Sitaux will be able to go for a second castle at some time in the future as well. I am not really sure if he'll be able to get the castle up before ACCM gets to the Imperial Age, especially if he tries to go for the castle forward. And yeah, you know, he could potentially go for the castle back as well to try and defend himself. We'll see. Players are getting close to each other at the center too. Go. Really just here for Sitaux. We'll see the trebuchet come up, and the second castle is on the way. ACCM is halfway up though, so once he gets to the Imperial Age, where is the second castle actually from ACCM? He's going for the castle on the right hand side. Well, this is good because he'll control the goal for sure, I guess. And let me take a look. I don't think Sitaux had vision of the castle with that villager, right? No, but he's got an outpost over here, so he's got vision of this anyway. And yeah, ACCM, he does still have more military units compared to Sitaux. About to see some golden rates on the right? Could be. Right now, he's got the castle, but no production. Yeah, for the time being, ACCM is holding on just fine. He's going for conscription though. Conscription, plate bar and armor, and heavy camo, so he'll try to come forward and just clean this up. Meanwhile, Sitau's going for iron casting. We have some camels on the right hand side from ACCM still. Yeah, actually might end up getting the villages down. The boost on the camels for Hindustanis has just changed the game for the civilization. It's fantastic. 35% faster attacking, you know. It makes for a pretty deadly unit, even against other camels or villagers. It makes it viable as a raiden unit. Regardless though, here comes ACCM. Now that he's got heavy camels, now that he's got plate bar and armor, he's gonna try and take the engagement. Meanwhile, we already have heavy camel right over here for Sitaux as well. He does not have plate bar and armor though, which means that the ACCM's units are going to be significantly stronger over here, especially against the ranged units that he's going to have to work with from behind too. There we go, the man is coming out right now as well from ACCM. Actually from, yeah, ACCM, but he ends up losing it right away. That was not the best unit control. And he gets pushed back as the castle crumbles from ACCM. Boy, there's another one coming up over here for Sitaux, and that was certainly rougher for the red player than I think he was hoping it was going to be. But can he get the engagement still though? He's going to kind of commit to it. He's got the Imperial Cavalry coming up. But now, plate bar and armor's here for the blue player. There you are. And the engagement does go in favor of ACCM, so he ends up getting the trebuchets down. No way. That was no close. Just take it down. And he will take it down. Damn, boy. That was something. That was something for sure. And take a look at the camel over here. How long is ACCM going to keep the camel up for? Not too long. Just getting 2 villages and he gets shot down right away. But yeah, this is very interesting. Sitau's been going for a wall of castles on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, ACCM's got the Imperial Camels right now to work with. I would like to see ACCM go for some bombard cannons and take on the castles over here. Given that he's got only 1 castle on the right-hand side, it would take forever for him to get trebuchets over the left-hand side. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Still some extra camels from ACCM on the right hand side, putting some pressure with. He's got the extra stables coming up over here as well. Hey, you know, and as long as he's got access to gold, he should be able to sustain production of this unit. I don't get it why Sitaux does not start camel archer production. Sitaux? I mean, it'll be good once he gets to a good amount, right? And he's got the camel archers coming out right now, so maybe he was waiting until he had enough production potential to amass a good amount of units. That doesn't make sense though, because he could have started massing them up since earlier. I guess maybe he just tried to prioritize standard camels whilst he had strong enough camels to face ACCM's unit, so that going for camel archers wouldn't hinder his defenses. And after stabilizing, then he can go for camel archers. I guess that's just the best explanation that I can come up with. But yeah, in all honesty, I don't think the camel archers are going to be the answer for him either, because Imperial camels are just so strong. I guess it's probably going to be his best shot in any case, so I'll give them that. But yeah, from this point onwards, you know, ACCM once again manages to stabilize and secure gold. And he can keep on going for Imperial Camels. I'm liking his position better. However, he seems like he's going to make a switch to Hazard though. He's got a light cavalry upgrade coming up. He lost the game some qualifier, maybe Red Bull with exactly those civilizations he had in the standings and the camel archers were too strong. Alright. Might be the reason behind the ACCM making a switch into Hazard then. If he adds the meat shield over here, he could potentially lose those and then use camels to deal damage. We'll see though. Got skirmishers in the way as well. If we had a good amount of castles, then I would guess ACCM would be able to go for Gulams to take on the camel archers as well. But yeah, it does done a really good job keeping the castle count very low for ACCM. The rates are coming in. And it's still the case that ACCM is significantly ahead in work account right now compared to Sitaux, and that's going to be the case for the foreseeable future, I think. As we see elite camel archer coming in for Sitaux. But the military count is significantly higher for the blue player, and ACCM's kind of struggling to keep up. Another castle's on the way for Sitaux. Boy! That is a get out of my game kind of castle over here. Pushing villagers away from farms. Taking on a bunch of production buildings as well. There we go. The castle's going down from ACCM. It's taking the engagement right now. We'll take a look at, yeah, the HP pull over here. And it's certainly looking a little bit higher for ACCM potentially. Let's see. So far, it seems like, yeah, Sitaux is getting away with the push over here. Although, to be fair, ACCM did manage to catch up the military count. Siege Elephant's coming in for ACCM as well, so that's going to be a nice meat shield against the camel archers. It's going to require either some melee camels from Sitaux or something else to take care of that. Sitaux's going still for more melee camels. ACCM still going for his own camels plus skirmishers, so his army composition, I like it better. Can use the siege elephants to take down the castle, can use the skirmishers to defend on these, right? And the camels to defend on these. So use the skirmishers to go after the camel archers, so there we go, he's coming around, he's going to get the villagers down, try and prevent the repairs from coming in, and now he's going right after the camel archers, so archers will go down. Yes, sir. There we go. He's going after the next one. He's got Zone Castle coming up over here. He'll try to get on the Camel Archers. He's bringing the skirmishes over, but those villages are going down for sure. This castle is huge as well because it would end up pushing Sitaux away from the gold over there. And yeah, there's 1 out of 2 golds available on the left hand side. Or towards the southwest, that is. Good defense over here for Sitaux though. Takes all the camels down, takes the siege elephants down, keeps the castle up. However, ACCM manages to get Zone Castle up over here. Sitaux's gonna start going for trebuchets. The castle from ACCM might crumble in the next few minutes. However, ACCM is gonna start going for his own trebs. And we'll see if he can make it work. So what is the situation for gold? We do have some gold over here available to ACCM, but he's just run out! That's the last gold that he had access to! This one on the left hand side, he'll need to get the castle down in order to secure. And yeah, you know, Sitaux on the other hand, he's got plenty of gold over here available still. He's got this gold potentially available if he is able to get the castle down over here. So this is going to be a race for the gold. And the thing is, Sitaux, if he loses the access to gold over here, he'll still have access to gold elsewhere. As a matter of fact, we have 3,300 gold over there, and over here we have 1,300. So it's not going to be for too long the case that Sitaux will still have access to gold, right? Even if he's unable to secure this one. But it's certainly going to make a big difference for whoever can secure this. Otherwise, this is probably just going to transition into a trash war in the later stages of the game. Nobody's going for towers at the center though. Alright. They are already within distance of one another. Like how it's coming out for Sitaux now. He's thinking of making the transition to Hussar. And we have a trebuchet over here, right, from ACCM, but he cannot go for a second trebuchet, so it's going to take forever for Sitaux to lose the castle over there. Yeah, ACCM kept on taking the engagements underneath the castle, so it was not too good for him. Fortunately, with the skirmishers, he'll still be able to defend against the Camel Archers specifically, but yeah, if this goes down to trash units, I guess the difference is the fact that Sitaux's got blade mill armor for his pikes, while ACCM doesn't. And then the rest is going to be about the same. Skirmishes are going to be about the same. Hussar are going to be about the same. There we go, the castle's going down. Can he get access to the gold though? He could. The light cavalry are coming around from ACCM, getting in some villagers. Oh yeah, Sitaux's not realizing it over here actually. Wow, that scout's getting so many villagers down. Go. ACCM's castle's going down on the right hand side. It's going for the pikeman upgrade now. So it is going to be Hussar pikes. And no more skirmishers. Well, ACCM's not going for any more. Sitaux's not going for skirmishers whatsoever. Of course, the population is looking stronger right now for Sitaux. But I don't think that matters too much, because given the units that we are going to start seeing right now from both players, unless Sitaux is able to secure the gold over here, then that will look a little bit better for him. But yeah, the units that we are going to see from both players are the same, right? Just trash units. So if ACCM is able to stabilize at some point, he should be able to get 200 population. He will be there on the back foot though. While Sitaux on the other hand already has momentum, already is in 200 population. So all he's gotta do is just keep momentum. you are. Beautiful. Sitaux is able to keep momentum over here, while ACCM, on the other hand, is dropping to 127 population. 123. Yeah, boy, the key wasn't stabilized, and if ACCM was able to stabilize, then he would have been able to catch up. I'm very sure he would have been able to get to 200 pop himself as well, but now he's going to drop under 100, and I think that's probably time for him to call the GG. You're under 100 population. Yes, 53 minutes into the game, close 54 minutes into the game, and of course, it's going to result in Sitaux taking game number 3. So let's pay the predictions. Game number 4 actually, so that's going to be the 3rd point actually for Sitaux. And we'll see what we get for game number 5. Obviously, I think most of you, I would imagine, would be rooting for a full set over here, so ACCM's got to clutch it up. We'll take a look at the saves and the maps, but first let's take a look at the achievements really quickly. What do we get? Sitaux's got a close to 4-to-3 KD ratio. For the economy, we have a stronger economy for ACCM. It's not going to be by a huge margin, mind you. And then for society, Sitaux's villager count was significantly higher, especially towards the end of the game. It was going to keep on getting higher and higher for him compared to ACCM's. So well played. Fantastic performance for the Frenchman over here so far. Welcome everyone to game number 5. This is match point. ACCM's got to clutch it up. Take a look at the right hand side, and Sitaux is playing with Dravidians, while ACCM's playing with Gujaras. Dravidians alongside, what is it, the other one? Bohemians. I was kind of hoping Sitaux was going to go for. With Dravidians over here is going to start already with extra resources. So it's good, he's able to go for 2 archer ranges over here, and he still has over 100 wood left. Meanwhile, we take a look at the ACCM, he's been able to go for the first archer range over here, but no second archer range coming up just yet. Why Gujaras? Because you already have access to extra food income over here, so you do not need the herdables, and you can just garrison them. So we'll see him do that exactly. Meanwhile, Sitaux, on the other hand, he's playing with Dravidians over here because they get the bonus of 200 additional wood upon reaching a new age, and that's going to be the case from the get-go on Empire Wars. He can go for a much stronger push over here for much cheaper. Or it's not going to be much cheaper, he pays the same resources, but it's going to be significantly smoother as he doesn't need to collect quite as much in order to get the push going. So we could get some momentum, we'll see. There's a defensive tower, a preemptive defensive tower coming up for ACCM, as he's probably expecting the push already. And I think in this one you already get 4 geese, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah. So it's not an unwildly amount of extra resources for ACCM. I believe it's better compared to before though, so I think 4 geese over here are going to provide more food per minute compared to what it used to be the case before. The calculation got changed to a logarithmic formula. Regardless though, Lachin's coming up. Where are the archers? They are right here! He's got enough villager down already! Managed to get another villager's HP down to close to half. Yeah, and there's the first villager pick over here for Sitaux. And in the game, mind you as well. Right there. Hey, I fixed the zoom. Let's go.
சரி என்ன கட்டளை சரி
There we are. Nice. ACCM and Sitaux will both be on their way to the Castle Age already, and what will happen once we get there? How is this game going to transition into the Castle Age? Well, ACCM doesn't really have too many units to make use of. He can still keep on going for archers if he wants to, but he's gonna be up against stronger economy from Sitaux, so I don't think that's going to be the way to go. Instead, if he's expecting Sitaux to go for archers, we're probably expecting ACCM to make a play for 3 Vamsha Riders. What was the background music, the previous one? Let me check. Oh, I cannot go back actually. Sorry, no idea. It's part of the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack. I just do not know which song. It's not keeping track of history, so I do not know which one was the previous one. This one is called Carne y Helado. Or meat and ice cream in Spanish. Spanish for meat and ice cream, that is. Anyway, the previous one, I got the melody in my head, but I don't remember the name of the song. Nice defense. Of course, the overall should be able to clean this up, and he's going to. Yes! Yes, sir. I did not enable predictions for game number 5. Because I forgot, mainly. But, yeah, right now, Sitau's got a quite significant lead, so I'm not really sure if opening the predictions right now will be the way to go. So far, he's managed to get a better KV as well. He's got the second TC on the way, meanwhile ACCM not so much. He has been collecting some resources, so he could potentially go for both TCs, both additional TCs from the, you know, from the get-go back to back, for sure, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case currently. Here comes ACCM. He does have the Shivansha Rider, of course. Whenever I see Shivansha cute, my blood starts boiling. He's got chain bar than armor right now. What do we get? ACCM's got the second TC finally coming up, and Sitau's got the second TC about to finish building with only 2 villagers over here. That was not a particularly costly TC for Sitaux, meanwhile ACCM. Yeah, he's not going for the third TC yet, even though he had the resource earlier. What did he go for then? A siege workshop? What is just the walls? Not really sure. He wasn't over 500 before. Yeah, the siege workshop, and he's got a Magno coming out. There we go. Is the time right to go for long swords? Long swords? I don't think so. Not going to do much of anything. Yeah, Shivansha's actually doing a good amount of damage over here. Yeah, they get the discount, but it's not really going to do too much. The pikemen over here are going to be a little bit more accessible, and they're going to be more effective against the Shivansha Rider specifically. That was a good shot though from ACCM. Can he get another one? He can't. So the mana goes down, and now Sitau's gonna have to go back to the choke point over here. But eventually he's going to end up getting cleaned up over here. The Shivansha Riders are just too strong against range units, so yeah. Sitaux doesn't even try to go back towards a little nuke over here. And ACCM now might get some momentum. Sitaux still ahead in military count, and he's got so many pikemen. They are all defensive currently. He's not been putting pressure with these. But he should be able to hold on against 3 Advanced Riders just fine. So ACCM's units over here won't be able to get too much damage. If any damage at all. Yeah, he's gonna have to bail. And Sitaux, well, Sitaux's just going to stabilize over here and start working towards a stronger economy, as he's got Horse Scholar right now. ACCM doesn't have that. Sitaux's got a stronger villager count, and he's got Wheelbarrow about to finish researching, while ACCM does not have that. Well, this is good for ACCM though. Getting down of town. He might be able to get some raids going over here. Like, we have some of this economy exposed, for instance. Some of this economy exposed as well. Good reaction though from Sitaux. He realized about the ACCM's units and immediately goes and garrisons the villagers. Brings the pikemen over. Man, can ACCM do any damage over here though? Village count's about the same for both players. And where are the pikemen? He's got some pikemen underneath the DC, some pikemen on the left hand side. These are completely out of position though, and ACCM is getting a bunch of damage over here. So much more damage than do with these 3 Advanced Riders. Getting ahead in village count significantly because of it, but Sitaux's got a lot of pikemen coming forward. He's got crossbowmen over here to work with as well, and ACCM's reaction is pretty good and swift as he pulls the villagers away from this side of the map over to his right hand side TC. So it seems like ACCM was able to get enough damage done over here that he'll get ahead in economy quite significantly. We'll take a look at the gather economy time total over here. It should be higher for Sitaux, and it is, but just barely. After having lost so many villagers and getting idle for so much of his economy as well, it seems like ACCM is going to not only catch up, but now he is surpassing Sitaux in gather economy time. This is looking good for the Vietnamese player. Even if he's behind the military count by quite a lot, it's still looking pretty decent. Although it seems like Sitaux might actually be able to deny the TC coming out for ACCM up in the north. Here we are. Beautiful. The pikemen over here are doing a great job defending. They are still going down to the mountain shots though. That's pretty decent micro. From ACCM, he ends up cleaning out the pikemen over here. I don't think he lost too many units, right? I think he might have lost like 3 Showmatch riders only, and he took all the pikemen down, so that is good for him. With the Manual, he'll start putting pressure. He's got a 4 siege workshop coming up in the north as well, so Sitaux's gonna be on the back foot. Probably will end up just losing the TC over there, and then Sitaux's counter push is going to consist of 1 crossman and a bunch of pikemen down the south, and he will get some villagers over here though. Yeah, he wants to keep the crossbow at hand close to the goal over there to try and prevent ACCM from collecting for it. Here we go. Perfect. Armor Elephant coming out now for ACCM as well. Alright. Nice defense though from Sitaux's got some Armor Elephant coming out. 1 magnet for each player. Showmatch riders are going right after the magnet. He gets it. Nice, nice.
உங்கள் சித்தம். சரி. என்ன கட்டளை?
There we go. There's a castle. Power castle actually coming up for ACCM. And he's starting to get some momentum over here. Getting the TC down over here. While retaining the siege. To keep on pushing with will allow him to go after the siege workshop. And is going to provide also defenses for villagers trying to get the castle up. Let's see though. One big mana shot over there could change the game for Sitaux, but he couldn't clutch it up, so now we're still going to have 2 manas over here left. Let's see if he can use these though. Oh boy, there's a castle coming up for Sitaux! No! They were both going for the castle at about the same time. And we'll see. Sitau's got the crossbows to try and push the villagers away with. He's got the pikeman over here. Whatever happens over here is going to define how the game keeps on going, of course. ACCM needs the castle to come up over here to keep on playing in the game. Meanwhile, Sitaux, if he gets the castle up over here and is able to deny the castle from ACCM, or at the very least prevent ACCM from just being able to push freely over here, he is still going to be in the game, of course. It seems like both these castles will come up for sure, even if it does come at a bunch of losses over here. For Sitaux now, we should see cards coming out from both players. Petards and armor elephants, most likely. Wow! Sitaux just calls a GG. Well, this is just what we have up in the north. I was going to go, after taking a look at this, down to the south to see what we had going over here, because ACCM also had some momentum here. So the GG is called by Sitaux, and ACCM, he is taking game number 5 to get the second point in the series over here, 3-2, favoring Sitaux. And then, of course, we'll see what we get for game number 6. But this could be a 7-game series. By taking the second point over here, we have a 6-game series guaranteed, of course. But still going to be match points, so very, very important for ACCM to clutch it up in game number 6. For achievements, close to 3 to actually close to 7 to 4 kill ratio for ACCM. And even though he kind of struggled for military count for the majority of the game, he was able to clutch it out towards the end. For economy, we do have a stronger economy for ACCM as well. Collecting about 2,000, well, more like 1,500 extra resources compared to... Yeah, compared to Sitaux. Not a huge lead, though. But the work account was significantly higher for him towards the end. After getting the raids going, this is when we saw the Shivansha break into Sitau's base and he started dropping villagers quite a lot. And welcome everyone to game number 6. This could very well be the last game as well, as the same as the previous one. It's going to be match point already, and we have a little bit of pressure coming up already from ACCM as he's bringing the scout over, trying to get the village down over there. That doesn't that taking a lot of damage from the TC. Archer range is coming up already for Sitaux. And the ACCM's got 2 archer ranges over here. Well, no second TC coming up. I guess that's something you could go for 1 clicks after the castle age. That's something that we have seen humans go for as well on Empire Wars 2. However, he does still have a discount on archery ranges and stable, so he's able to go for both 2 archer ranges and 1 stable. And if this game is to be defined in the field age, this already gives ACCM a substantial head start to production. Whilst if we take a look at Sitaux, Sitau's got more units currently, though at the very least he's got more units forward currently with 3 scouts compared to ACCM 6 archers, which are going for, but are taking a long time to get there. Meanwhile, that is pretty good for Sitaux. Doesn't have taken the spearman down, but he cannot do anything over there. However, he'll be able to target the villagers over here. And the goal, they are not going to be able to get the walls up on time. So ACCM will end up taking a lot of damage here. Will he? Not much. In the end, the spearman over there is going to save the day. And Sitaux really cannot do too much about this. I mean, he can try, but doesn't that losing a lot of HP over here, and the scouts are not going to be quite as effective anymore. On the left-hand side, though, ACCM's archers are coming in. Pushing the villagers away from wood. Well, we'll see a villager go down. Not quite.
Evet. Salam. Evet. Buyurun halas.
There we go.
Kulu ketarmen. Buyurun halas. Evet.
Beautiful. Scale bar and armor is here.
Kulu ketarmen.
К вашим услугам.
Buyurun halas. Amukmen.
Extra stable coming in. That's gonna be the second stable. He's already on 2 archer ranges. Military count and worker count is looking much stronger for ACCM. And by the way, the only player to go for water is the Vietnamese player. So it's looking good for ACCM, guys. We might be onto a full set over here. Military count's about the same right now, but a stronger economy should allow ACCM to keep production going, and he will. He's producing from the stable. He's producing from the archer ranges as well. Meanwhile, Sitaux producing from the stables, from the archer range as well. That's not getting a little bit of a better trade over there. But now as he's pushing ACCM back into his base, ACCM should be able to leverage on the defender's advantage over here. And push Sitaux back as well, we'll see. Well, ideally that is. Defensive towers on the way now for ACCM as well. That is the 3rd stable he goes for. And you know what? Sitaux should be aware of it, I believe. Yeah. He knows about both archer ranges and he knows about all 3 stables. That is not good though. ACCM doesn't have losing a few villagers over here. 2 villages that I see went down already. It seems like he has lost 6 villages, 7 villages already so far. And Sitaux, all of a sudden though, manages to suppress ACCM and push back over here. He manages to get ahead in worker count, and this is remarkable. 10 villager losses already for ACCM. That is absolutely ridiculous. In the span of 2 minutes, Sitaux was able to bring the game back over here, get a substantial lead, despite not having gone for fish at all. It's a dock mistake, maybe. Honestly, I don't think so. I think that just the engagements have been a little bit rougher for ACCM. Sticking around to fight the units from Sitaux, while Sitaux had a better army composition as opposed to bringing the units back and waiting for the tower to come up, for instance. That kind of thing is pretty rough. It's very similar to what we saw in the game with Hindustan sounding close as well, where ACCM would just keep on taking the riskier trades. Fighting underneath the castles, that kind of stuff. Doesn't seem like the risk assessment was on point this game for ACCM. At the very least, it seems to be the case so far. And we're going to see a big engagement over here. That's 1 village going down for ACCM. In addition to what we had seen him lose already. And that's going to be actually 2, 3 villages going down from ACCM. 4 villages. Guys, it seemed as if it was going to be a full series. But right now, ACCM calls the GG. And Sitaux gets an incredibly quick Game number 6 over here. Only 11 minutes into it. At the very least, it was not a 4-1 or 4-0. ACCM does manage to get a few games over here, but Sitaux does end up clutching it up though, and takes the series in game number 6 over here by storm. That was a very good performance for Sitaux today. And the great thing about this though is that it's going to give the player some mileage. So afterwards they'll be able to go back, analyze the strats, try to figure something out for the main event, right? I would say this probably qualifies as a RedBull Wololo Legacy Primer, so to say, for both these players, so it's good. In the end, Sitaux does end up getting a better than 2-to-1 kill ratio. And if we take a look at economy, we're going to see also a stronger economy for ACCM because of the dock, but even though the work count was looking better for him to, at the middle of the game over here, towards the end, Sitaux was able to catch up. This is actually resources collected, sorry. The work account is over here. There we go. Well done. Big shout out once again to Fenrir for putting this together. Thank you so much. It was pretty good. We'll go back now